What's going on, guys? My name's Max. I'm a bloke of average fitness trying to get to above average fitness. And over the past year, I've been documenting my entire training process on my mission to get to above average fitness. I started out just using my phone, and then about 6 months in, Insta360 very kindly sent me a load of different cameras to help me film my videos. One of the cameras that they sent me was this, the Insta360 X5. Now, before speaking to Insta360 about this, I was so close to pulling the trigger on one of these myself. This has been an absolute game changer. Now, today I wanted to give a bit of a 6-month update on how I found using this. I've had loads of people reach out and ask how I get the most out of this camera, so I think it's about time that I let you guys in on the secret. Now, I primarily use this thing on the bike. There are so many more ways that you could apply this into daily filming, but to be honest, I found that the best way that this works for me is on the front of the bike. For me, filming these rides has been a way for me to document my progress over the past year. Ultimately, I started this YouTube channel so that I can look back on the progress I've made and have a kind of diary of my endurance sport process over the past year. Now, working in the content industry myself, I'm used to filming with some really high-end cameras. So when starting this channel, I wanted to make sure that the barrier to entry was super low, or as low as I could possibly get it. So that meant not worrying about what I was filming on, i.e. starting on my phone. And throughout the entire process of doing this YouTube channel, I've made sure that the kit that I bring, I know inside out, and also is super easy to use. And that is something that the Insta360 suite covers so well. This X5 is one of the easiest cameras to use that I have used. Where it gets a bit tricky is in the editing phase of this footage, but I say tricky, it's not actually that difficult, it's just an added step that you do have to do. Now, obviously with training for triathlon, you have multiple different disciplines that you're trying to train for, and documenting it is hard. So having a system in place and a camera setup in place that doesn't add any more barriers is super important. So before I show you how I use the camera, let's go into some specs about it. So first of all, this thing has a 1/1.28 inch sensor. In terms of action camera sensors, this is big. This basically means that the camera can capture a lot more data, which means that the image looks a lot better. So things like early morning commutes or evening rides, where normally the camera quality would just be too bad, this thing will perform just fine. It also has a mode called Pure Video, which essentially allows it to see in the dark. Now, I haven't really tested this, but from what I've seen online, it's pretty ridiculous. Another big update on this one is the lens technology. So previously, if you drop this and you crack the lenses on it, you'd have to send it back to Insta360 and get it replaced. Now, you can take the glass off and replace it yourself. To be honest, I've got a lot more confidence in this thing, knowing that if the worst happens and this glass does break, I can just fix it at home and it's not really going to be an issue. This camera films in 8K full 360 degrees, which sounds absolutely ridiculous, and to be honest, it is ridiculous. The camera quality on this is unbelievable. And because it's filming in 360 degrees, you don't have to worry about what direction the camera's pointing in. You can just hit record and know that everything is covered. The camera can also go up to 5.7K in 60 FPS, which is very good. All these specs would be really good in a normal camera, but the fact that they are in a camera of this size that sits on the front of your bike is ridiculous. Another thing they added on this model is the wind guard. When it comes to action cameras, the audio quality that comes from them is pretty bad, but Insta360 have actually paid attention to the audio side of things, which is such a massive part of making content online. Now, I'll be honest, the microphones on this are not as good as the Ace Pro 2, but compared to previous generations of the Insta360 and compared to just normal action cameras, these are so good.
I wonder if I can do the hard route up this bit. This is not the time for having a big ego.
One of my favorite features of this is the quick recording feature. So how I have this set up on the bike is right in front of the handlebars. You can mount it in other places, but I just find that this works the best for me. And the best feature I've found is the ability to quickly start recording on the fly. So say I'm cycling along and I want to start recording, all I have to do, press that little button on the front, the camera turns on, starts recording, as you can see right there. And then once I've finished my segment or I'm ready to stop recording, just hit the button again, and the camera will go ahead, stop recording, and shut down. The ease of use is ridiculous. And those are the little things that mean the difference between getting the shot and missing it. I go on about this all the time, but the fact that this thing films in 360 degrees has meant that I'm actually able to enjoy the ride as well as film it. In the past, when I was filming rides, it's very mentally taxing. You have to really think about what you're filming. Whereas with the X5, you can just hit record and just let it go. And then in the edit, move the camera around to make sure what you need to capture is being captured. It just means that when you're out on the ride, you're way more present, and to be honest, it's just a lot safer. Okay, so now let's move over to the computer and I'll show you the workflow that I use. Okay, so here we are on my desktop. So first thing I do is open up the Insta360 Studio app. Now this app here is where you're going to be editing the X5 footage. So first thing you're going to do is bring some footage in, which is literally just the case of dragging and dropping and uploading it in there. So here I just click on the video that I want to edit and it loads up into the preview window here. So first thing, all of this pretty much is controlled off the mouse. You can see here I have a timeline and here I have my footage. Now because this is 360-degree footage, I can zoom in and out and adjust the depth or the field of view. And by clicking and dragging, I can also adjust the angle of the camera as well. So let's say I wanted to get a shot where the camera starts on me and as we're moving, it pans all the way around to reveal where we're going. Pretty easy shot and a shot that I use quite a lot. So let's say we want to start from here. So I click in the middle here, make that my start point. I would then align where I want my camera to start and make a keyframe, which is just down here. You can then do a load of different things to the camera, i.e. make a tiny planet effect or adjust the camera here. What I like to do is just scroll out and click and drag to manually adjust the camera. Once I've got my start position sorted, I then move the playhead to the point where I want my turn to start. So let's say I want it to start around here. So what I do is make another keyframe to initiate the start of the move in a little bit, and then just drag the footage around. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit as well. And then I'm going to put another keyframe on that. So now you'll have something that looks like this. So you can see it's super easy. It's all done on keyframes, and to be honest, there's probably even quicker ways of doing it. I just do it this way. It might seem like a little bit of a faff, but to be honest, it's super easy once you get the hang of it. Yeah, it means being able to get shots that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. In the 6 months that I've had this thing, it's been on the front of my bike through all kinds of weather conditions, pouring rain, blistering sun, it's been in bushes, it's been all over. Like, I've beaten this thing up and there is not a scratch on it. It's absolutely perfectly fine. So, honest opinion, 6 months in, is this camera worth the hype? In my honest opinion, yes. This camera is worth its weight in gold, in my opinion. I love this thing. As I said, before Insta360 sent this out, I was going to buy it. And to be honest, had they not sent it out, I would have bought it 100%. And if you're considering starting a YouTube channel or documenting some of the riding that you're doing in 2026, I would highly recommend having a look at one of these. Now, Insta360 do currently have a Black Friday deal on where you can pick this up for £100 off, which is nuts. If you're in the market for one of these things, I'll leave a link in the description where you can go and check these out and get yourself a little discount. I want to say a massive shout out to Insta360 for sending these cameras out and allowing me to use them over the past 6 months. Frankly, it's allowed me to make videos that without them I don't think I'd be able to make. So yeah, massive shout out to them, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.